So I'm really wondering why it is that all the scholars and well, we know why with the Catholic Church, but why all the experts said that Revelation 12 is talking about Mary. It struck me, Mother Mary. I'll show the verse in a minute, but it's always struck me that it's a goddess. So let me show you. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered for to devour her child as soon as it was born. And she brought forth a man-child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up unto God and to his throne. So clearly that's where everybody says, oh, it's Jesus, it's Mother Mary. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. And the woman, there's been a few things that always stood out to me. So this is one. And the woman, well, coming down with the sun and the moon and the crown, no, it screams goddess. But I'm going to show you why. I'm going to prove it. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. And there was war in heaven. Yes, Michael fighting against the dragon, okay? Then the dragon is basically, you can see there, down here. And the great dragon was cast out, and that old serpent called the devil Satan, which deceived the whole world, he was cast out with his angels. And then this is when basically, I think it's Michael, basically heard a loud voice saying, that basically the kingdom of heaven, they've casted the crazies, the wicked down to earth, okay? And then it talks here, and then they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, okay? So that's talking about Jesus, but let's go further on. Therefore, in 12, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he know that he has a short time. And when the dragon saw that he was cast upon the earth, and he persecuted the woman, which brought forth the man-child. That's the other thing that stood out to me, is that it's termed, and I checked different, versions of the Bible, King James, some other older one. It's man-child, which usually denotes a Jew, like, somebody that never grows up, like somebody that not really, like, not smart. So I don't that term for Jesus has always stood out to me as it's talking about a guy. Then it goes on here to talk about, and to the woman were given 2 wings, because basically the serpent comes down and blows this flood to try to get the woman, okay? And the earth opens up. It says here, let's read it. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness. That's always stood out to me as strange. Into her place where she is nourished for times, and half a times from the face of the serpent. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. And then it says here, and the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. Now, I don't want to go too much. You can read this. Everybody's read this. But this is why. This is a goddess called Mary. Yeah, this would be one of the biggest reasons. So the Catholic Church, anyway, they know what they serve. But here's the thing. She's partners, Mari and Sugar. That's what the dragon's name is. They work hand in hand with each other. But there's more. So this is Mari. And the Catholic Church, I've heard priests refer to Mary as Mari. Yeah. But you saw on that site, that's Basque. That's where Mari's from. In fact, that site goes as far as how they were they were glad, they were more than willing to welcome in Christianity, because they could keep, because you know what she is. She's basically the mother of nature and storms, and her home is the moon. Her home is the moon. Yeah, so How did the experts get all this wrong? I'm just really wondering. And this is her sugar. That's her cohort's name. Yeah, if you go on that site I just showed, that was Basque, which is where she originated from, this goddess. That says BasqueCatholic.org, and you can read it. Goddess Mari does not only bring life, but also puts order in the world by carefully embroidering in her golden ring hoop the destiny of every child. The great goddess Mari is definitively the symbol of life, nature, and protector of all of the working sea. And she sits on the mountains, so she's the harlot later too. She's everything. She's all of it. So how did so many experts get Revelation 12 wrong? Yeah, in Basque County, I forget where's Basque. It's this was also, I guess, taken on too by the European, this goddess mother. She dates back to like everything. She does. So it says here, when we travel the narrow mountainous roads of the Basque Country, squeezed between the Atlantic Ocean and spread on both sides of the Pyrenees in Spanish and French territories, one cannot but admire the unaccountable sanctuary churches and sacred places built in honor of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Yeah, but this is what it is. It's still the Basque. There is no single township which does not guard and protect a small chapel in honor of Mary, Our Lady. Some of these, and it goes, I'm not going to read all of it because I want to tell you more about her that's really important to know. Because she can turn into a goat. Yes, and that goes back to the Basque people. This goat you see here is Aker, means billy goat, is a spirit in mythology of the Basque people. It is said to live inside the land, the underworld, and is believed to have as many elves as servants. In Christianity, this is meant as the devil, and performs horrible sexual abuse against Christians. So the thing that you need to know about Mari, besides the fact that the dragon is her cohort, is that Mari is often described as a living underground, deep caverns. She can reach through caves and chasms and mountains. Her dwelling is filled with gold and golden objects. She herself is a beautiful woman. She jumps from mountain to mountain, dwelling to another by flying across the sky like a sickle of fire, a peal of thunder, and announcing her arrival. So when it says in Revelations 12 that she runs off to the wilderness, what bothered me about that is I'm like, yeah, it's not really how it took place with Mother Mary, did it? No. And then when it said the earth protector, it didn't say God did. And what God took from her was the ability of them devouring the child. Mari is unusual as a powerful supernatural being. If we take the gods of Greece or Scandinavia as examples, they often meddle in human affairs, but she's like over all of it. And what she does is she feeds off, like it said here. She can take many forms. She engulfed in flames. So when it says she's wrapped in the sun, engulfed in flames, particularly when traveling through the sky, she can take the form of an animal, a goat, a horse, a cow, a crow. In some places, she is a gust of wind, a white cloud, or a rainbow. She's basically like Mother Nature. She's been around forever. I'm going to follow this up because there's more you need to know about this, because literally the Catholics are worshiping a pagan god. So this is why people have said you didn't let your pagan gods go. So I don't, what they're doing, they're deliberately trying to demoralize real Christians. That church doesn't represent true Christian, because God in Revelations is not talking about Mother Mary. I didn't think he was.